My role as CCIO is really one of defining a strategy for what is the digital revolution, for want of a better term, across the NHS and social care. And the vision for that is to join up all the information that we have available, to be able to collect it in a standardised and structured way so that we can mine all the information out of that and feed that back in as close to real time as possible to everybody who's making decisions, so we get better informed decision making right across the system. There's a pretty standard way that we collect information from patients, and there's a profile or an algorithm we go through to make sure we don't miss things. Now that's pretty structured across the system. But at the moment it's written down in some places written down in records in different formats. Some places parts of it's collected electronically, some of it's in free text. And so to bring that all together in a consolidated form, and of course the value of this information is in the size of the database that we can collect across a whole population. So the more we can do that in a consistent way, the easier it is and the quicker it is to actually get the information we need out of that raw data. The role of the PRSB is to help set the standards by which data will be collected so that everybody will agree to use those standards and then get them implemented as the standards that we use. And so the PRSB has a role in both getting out there and getting the consensus about the right standards to apply, but also then once we've decided and we've agreed on that standard or those standards, then helping people abide by them, helping people align to them and implement them. Clinicians do have very busy lives, and so part of this is really the opportunity to help reduce some of the burden of collecting all this information. So if we collect it once and we collect it right in a standardised way in something that is enshrined around that clinical interaction, then the burden will be taken off clinicians in particular for having to re-look and recut that data time and time again, which is what happens now. There are things that every organisation can and should be doing which they can do within the constructs, and one of them might be the electronic discharge summary that's been agreed and is part of tariff and is agreed with GPs, etc. Electronic prescribing, I think, is another one that's going to be really important. Even a rudimentary electronic prescribing system can reduce medication errors by 50%. I would think every single board across the country is going to have to say we can no longer afford not to invest in this because it's so important, and we'll try and help people do that. This is all about patient focus, so anything that we can do to improve patient outcomes, it's the triple aim: better patient outcomes, better patient experience and affordability of services. And everything is aimed at that, because at the end of the day, the whole health system exists to provide good patient care, good patient outcomes, good patient experience.